Howdy y'all, and welcome to the MrMaple Show. Today we're bringing you an employee top 5. We got Dylan, one of our team leaders here. Dylan, how long have you been with us here at MrMaple now?
Coming up on 2 years, and the time has flown by.
It feels like in a blink of an eye. You know, it's
kidding.
Time just flies. I'm like, was it last year? No, 2 years. That blows my mind. Dylan's also one of these people where sometimes his wife comes and helps out as well. We got a lot of that here at our family farm, which is awesome. We get a lot of families involved. And Dylan is one of those guys that helps make things happen here at MrMaple. As a team leader, he helps train new employees. He helps make sure that shipping's accurate as it ships out to your door. So if you've gotten trees in the last, 2 years, Dylan's probably been a part of that. So you moved here from Evergreen, Colorado, or Conifer?
Conifer, Colorado. We're Evergreen's little brother.
I knew it was one of those things that sounds like it should be in a Hallmark movie.
Exactly, yeah.
But here, we're not talking about Evergreens. We're giving them your top 5 full moon Japanese maples, your top 5 Acer Japonicums.
Yeah, I have just fallen in love with the Japonicum since I've gotten here. The big, broad leaf shape is just such an eye catcher. It's so tropical feeling in comparison to a lot of the palmate-shaped leaves. And in comparison to anything I grew up with, it is just next level as far as a tree and a leaf size and shape go.
I mean, I love the Japonicums myself. And I'm so excited to tell everybody your top 5 Acer Japonicums. Now, guys, before we get started, comment section below, put your top 5 Acer Japonicums in there, and we'll see how they compare out with Dylan's top 5. You're probably watching the show every day. Dylan's working here, running through the nursery every day. We'll see how they line up. So, Dylan, what is it about a Japanese maple that makes you, that you like, that draws you in now?
Oh man, it has definitely changed over my time here. At first, I feel like the variegation is what would catch my eye. Those flashes of different color across a leaf. But as I've become more accustomed to that, it's really leaf shape that does it for me.
Hence the Japonicums.
Exactly. There's just something about that big, broad leaf that is such an eye catcher.
So now, since we've given y'all some time to get those top 5s in, let's hop into your top 5.
All right.
So Dylan, what do you have at your number top 5?
My number 5 Japanese maple is Acer Japonicum Yamakagi.
A classic.
It's beautiful, the dancing peacock maple, and I really feel like it speaks true to its name. That big broadleaf with the heavy dissection, you get the display of a peacock on full view, at full display there.
Yeah, I mean, it is so beautiful, especially when you have that fall colors coming into that peacock-like leaf.
Yeah.
You get the yellows, oranges, and reds all at the same time. It's a rock star. And to me, it's a classic. I mean, also known as aconitifolium. Some people call it fern leaf. Kujaku is the correct name. And to me, it's a next level Japonicum. It's got like the deep incisions, which is unusual for many of the Acer Japonicums. Mm-hmm. All right, coming at your number 4 spot, what do you have, Dylan?
Number 4 is Acer Japonicum Gossamer. This one's a little bit unique. It's got that full lace leaf appeal, but still the full moon and large leaf shape to it. I know they're kind of slow growers, but boy, it's just so unique to have both full lace leaf and the broad Japonicum style. I
mean, that's so true. I mean, you get that Gossamer. Gossamer was found as a chance seedling from what was labeled aconitifolium at Red Maple Nurseries in Lima, Pennsylvania. It's actually different than what people know as Meikujaku they were talking about before. But this chance seedling, he thought, Billy Schwartz, who found it, said it looked like it was a hybrid between a lace leaf and an Acer Japonicum. The interesting thing is that when we talk to some plant breeding experts, they say there's a natural barrier between Japonicum and lace leaf. So it's not supposed to happen, but there are always things that could break the rule. So, I mean, it's such a unique tree in itself. And that leaf, it's kind of got like a little silver sheen to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is next level. And this is one of the slowest growing Acer Japonicums.
Yeah, I see a lot of trees day in and day out, and there are not very many that resemble Gossamer whatsoever.
I thought it was named after the Bugs Bunny character Gossamer, because he's got that just like fluffy look to him. But when I talked to Billy Schwartz, unfortunately, he's like, no, it was named after the material Gossamer. And I'm like, oh, okay. It'd been better if it was named after the Bugs Bunny character myself.
Agreed.
Number 3, what do you have?
Number 3 is Acer Japonicum Yamakagi. this is just a cool tree. We've got a huge specimen out in front of the MrMaple office, and the first day I came and interviewed, it caught my eye. This thing's got leaves the size of dinner plates, and I feel like, in my opinion, that is one of the defining characteristics of Yamakagi. Just a huge leaf.
And the Japonicum fall color. You get that big leaf to put on that fall color. Wow. And, I mean, I love Yamakagi. My very first trip to Japan, we actually got to go visit and go to Don Schmidt Nursery to one of their display gardens. And as we're going up to their house, we pass the subdivision and it says Mountain Shadows. In my mind, I'm thinking Mountain Shadows, cool. And then I go and see this Acer Japonicum I've never seen before. And I'm a nerd. I've been reading Vertri's book and looking at what Japanese names mean at the time. And I read and I'm like, Yamakagi, Mountain Shadows. It was a seedling that was found at one of the owners of Don Schmidt's Nursery's house at their neighbor's home. And so they named it after their subdivision. But literally, I'm out there on my very first trip to Oregon ever, and I've got my hand, like I'm just putting beside like these dinner plate, and I got big hands, and I'm putting it beside of these big leaves, and I'm like, man, this thing is
so
awesome.
Cool.
It's next level.
So cool. All right, my number 2 Acer Japonicum is Takinogawa. This is the first Japonicum I took home here from MrMaple. It's got a pretty standard Japonicum leaf, I feel. It's not too big, not on the smaller side, just right there in the middle. In one video I watched from the MrMaple channel, I remember Matt saying that the Japonicums are mostly the trees that you would see walking around in the forest in Japan. Like, that big, broad leaf is so natural feeling. I think that's really what speaks to me with the Takinogawa. And
Takinogawa is one of those, the cultivar that resembles most what Matt and I saw at Nikko National Park. And we were walking around, literally, you know, there's this place called Ryuzu Falls, and there's 2 different sort of creeks or rivers that come down and flow into one. There's 2 waterfalls that come down, and it's beautiful. And they've got this sort of like touristy place where you can go up and have as a little cafe. You can get some really awesome flavored ice creams and sit there and watch the waterfall. And right above the bridge where you're looking out, there's this Acer Japonicum that reminded us so much of Takinogawa. And that's what we saw a lot around Nikko National Park. Takinogawa''s got, you know, not a giant leaf, not a real small leaf, but a good mid-sized leaf. And that's what we typically think of wild Acer Japonicums when we saw them in Japan. Beautiful selection, got some just dynamic fall colors as well. And Takinogawa is a classic older selection, but it's still just one that rocks it out.
Absolutely. And my number 1 Acer Japonicum is Indian Summer. The fall color on this tree may be my favorite of any tree we've offered here at the nursery. You get the full spectrum of yellow to red, but not in splotchy patterns. Instead, each leaf takes on its own color, and you get the whole spectrum in a tie-dye pattern across the tree. It is fabulous. And similar to, like you said, with the Yamakagi, though not quite as large of a leaf, those large leaves just offer a beautiful canvas for a fabulous fall color.
I mean, Indian Summer is one of those trees that I fell in love with, and the more I see it, the more I realize how much I do really like it. Most Japonicums go to fall color based on the length of the day, which is really interesting because you get a spectrum on the tree and you get a consistent fall color, but you often get yellows, oranges, and reds. I mean, they've got all the different anthocyanins and all flavonoids and all these things playing together to get some just beautiful fall colors in the fall. We have a full video on senescence and fall color with our good friend Augustine Coelho. You should definitely go check that out if you're into the tree geek side of things on the fall color. But Indian Summer itself is unique because, like you said, it's not the leaf itself where you get all the colors on at once on one leaf. The leaves over here may be green, over here they may be yellow, over here they may be orange. And so you get just this
tree is the canvas.
Mosaic. You get this mosaic
beautiful
of color across the tree, which I've never seen before in any tree. And it'd be really interesting to figure out the science of what makes that happen.
Absolutely.
Because after I learned about senescence and fall color, I'm like, but what does that?
What's going on?
Something with sunlight, maybe.
Yeah.
But what makes each patches across the tree in different colors? It's awesome. It's amazing. and it's a Japonicum that I think if you don't have, you should definitely try to get. And many of these trees, if we're currently sold out on Mr. Maple, we're working hard to make them available again. You can go in on MrMaple.com to their cultivar page. For instance, you go to Yamakagi's page and click the notify me button, plug in your email address, and be notified when that tree becomes available again later. But Dylan, I appreciate you jumping in today.
Of course.
Guys, make sure you show him some love in the comments below, because he works hard every day, and it's spring right now, and he's working extra hard because this is our Super Bowl time frame. This is when we're at our best. We're trying to be as efficient as we can, trying to make sure we get everything out perfectly and as quickly as we can so you can enjoy it in your garden.
Yeah, we know you want the trees. We're working our hardest to get them there.
Y'all, thanks so much for jumping in today. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.